On this episode, Scott's apparently tired, and I'm just angry.
Okay, but I'm going to deal with you being angry, so you just better get over your bad self.
No, well, then you need to wake up and drive the show.
Okay, I just got done driving from Utah. I think that's all the driving I can do this week.
All right. Well, then why don't we start off the show, and you can tell me about all the nice people you met.
Okay, well, thank you, Alex and Jason from Southern Tire Mart in Evanston, Utah.
Oh, those are the people who saved your lives?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Well, apparently, I'm lost. I don't know what's going on in the world. Everything is changing, and we're missing it.
Okay, well, we are drinking more coffee, that is, since the pandemic started.
And
we finally get you off being a curmudgeon and talk about the Wonder Years, Utopia, robots, and even electric boats.
Is it curmudgeon or curmudgeon?
Curmudgeon.
Oh, it's curmudgeon. Hey, you kids, get off my lawn. Well, this should be an interesting show because apparently I have no filter.
And guess what? I'm just too freaking tired to care.
Give up on my way home, yeah.
Welcome to the Don't Know Show. I'm Steve.
And I'm Scott. And this is a tale of how bad life decisions led to a YouTube show, podcast, and live Twitch stream.
And we're on Twitch right now, everybody. Yay! And then the podcast maybe comes out. I don't even know, but the YouTube goes up on Saturday. So next week.
S-A-T-U-R-D-A-Y. Hey.
It's going to be a fun show because Scott's tired. I'm angry. Let's see.
I'm tired.
Angry, Scott's tired. And what first thing we do is we talk about the pictures that are behind us on the screen.
We do that.
So whose picture you want to do first?
Yours, because I love tic-tac-toe and I want to see if you won.
Okay. So this is tic-tac-toe. And do you know what this tic-tac-toe board signifies?
It signifies a cat's eye draw.
No. It signifies the Oakland Raiders. It's the Oakland Raiders colors. And the Oakland Raiders continue to go into overtime for ties. They just finished their game again today, and it ended in a tie, and they went to overtime, and they won with like 3 seconds left in overtime. And then Monday Night Football, which was the one before this, that ended in a tie and went to overtime, and they did win, but still a tie. But it's a win.
Was there more than one Monday Night Football?
Yeah, there's one every Monday.
That's not what I mean. Because the Packers were on Monday Night Football last week.
Well, then it was the week before that.
Okay.
Whenever the Raiders, well, now you're going to make me look it up. The Don't Know Show doesn't know. No, see, I call them Oakland. It's Las Vegas.
Viva Las Wages.
And this is where we diverge between Scott and I. Because Scott doesn't watch sports at all. He watches zero sports. Doesn't like sports.
Zero is the wrong number.
Hates sports. He hates them. Hates sports. He goes, what a waste of time. He goes, the stupidest thing to watch on TV.
I don't want to watch.
It's the stupidest thing in TV that you could ever do is watch sports.
Reality TV.
Sports are stupid.
Reality TV.
That's what sports is. It's the first. What? Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Okay. Watching sports on TV is honest to goodness reality TV, but the shows that they call reality TV suck.
Okay. Week 1, Monday, 9/13, final overtime. They won. Week 2, they beat the Steelers 26-17 because the Steelers suck. I don't know why. They should have won. And then week 3, 9/26, final overtime against the Miami Dolphins.
Cool.
So out of 3 games, they have 3 wins, but 2 of them were ties. So, and their colors are black and silver. Therefore, the tic-tac-toe board.
Okay.
Hi.
It works for me.
Like you wouldn't care either way.
Exactly. However, there are people who do watch your show that would find this interesting. So I'm not going to diss it.
Who? Somebody make a comment if you find this interesting. Okay, no comments. Not interesting. Next subject. Scott's picture behind him.
Isn't that pretty?
What's in your picture? I don't know. What is it?
You don't see the UFO? Oh.
No, I don't. I see the crocodile. I see the crocodile.
Where do you see a crocodile?
The cloud. See the big snout, and then the mouth is open, and then the head and the
Oh,
body.
okay. Yep. I see that.
You don't see that?
I do. I
Is
do
that a
have
bug
good
on- is
enough
that a bug?
imagination for
Is that
that.
spot behind your head a bug on the windshield?
That is a bug on the windshield. Yes. This is the mountains looking down the street in West Jordan, Utah.
No, it isn't. It says Heartland right there on the sign.
Heartland Elementary. It's just the name of the school. That's not the town, or is it the town?
I don't know. You tell me. You were there. You took the picture.
Well, I thought it was West Jordan, but it's we
Who
drove
knows? You
we
don't
drove
know.
3 miles away with the bus to get to the In-N-Out Burger.
All right. So let's tell everybody what happened, because not everybody knows what you did and why you were in Utah, and why you were 8 hours away from me and we couldn't hook up.
Well, I went out and I bought a bus to replace the tailgate buses that I sold last year due to the pandemic.
Okay.
So we have been told by the people who are kind of in the know that Alpine Valley will reopen next year. So of course we need a tailgate bus. Technically we need two, but we're only going to buy one. Got a good deal on it, but we had to fly out to Utah on Monday morning. So if you recall from last week's show, I had to get to bed early. So we did not go, well, we ended up going long anyway. It was like an hour and 6 minutes, but no big deal. By the time, I got to sleep, it was midnight, and I was up at 3:45 in the morning to catch a flight at O'Hare to Utah.
Okay.
Literally could not sleep on the plane. Jay, myself, and one other guy were crammed together in the very back of the plane. Literally, there was no more seats behind us. We were up against the wall. No
Can't
room.
recline.
We had no window, so I couldn't nudge into the window to give anybody a little extra room.
Okay.
So I figure in the 3.5 hour flight to Utah, I probably nodded off a couple times for like 10, 15 minutes each time, but that's not really the greatest, but it was better than nothing. So we got to the airport. The guy came and picked us up, took us to the bus. We drove it around, did like an hour test drive on it, make sure everything was running fine. Bought the bus, picked it up, went to the In-N-Out Burger, had food because we were going to drive through the mountains over during the day so we could see it because it's beautiful out there. So we get out into the freeway, Highway I-80, right? And as we're heading back, we're about an hour and a half out of Salt Lake City when an alarm goes off saying that we need to shut off our engine. So we had just gotten up on top of one of the bigger hills and we pulled over, got out of the bus. My brother went in the back and checked it. You could hear the radiator fluid boiling, even though the gauge said the temperature was perfect.
Oh, boy.
Okay. So then he checked the lower hose and the lower hose was ice cold. Steve, you're mechanical. What does that mean?
Means your thermostat's stuck.
That is correct. So we had to wait literally a half an hour for the temperature to drop enough to open it up, to pull the thing out. Because it's not wintertime, you technically do not need a thermostat.
Right.
You just need the fluid to flow to keep the engine
flow
running.
through. Yeah.
Right. So
what a thermostat does, ladies and gentlemen, is it does not allow the water to go through the radiator. So what it does is it holds it all in the engine. So as your engine warms up, it heats the water in the engine to keep the engine warm. And then as it gets hot enough, then it opens the thermostat, lets the hot water go into the radiator to cool off. So that's because you have a cold engine. You want your engine warm. However,
Correct.
Scott's right. When it's summer, the don't know show don't know shit. But does know thermostats. So you take the thermostat out, completely out, put it all back together and drive it, and you'll be fine.
that is correct. However, we lost an awful lot of fluid because we didn't have, we were smart enough to stop in West Jordan here and went to Harbor Freight and pick up a toolbox and a couple other electrical tape and stuff like that, because you never know. If you
Right.
break down, you got to have some tools because you're out in the middle of nowhere in the mountains, folks. I
Right.
mean, I'm serious. There's like 60 miles between some of the stop or the exits. It's like,
Oh man, that's
Okay.
crazy.
yes. So, anywho's, we put it all together. I finally got it all together, but we lost too much fluid and we knew we needed to get fluid. And from a couple of people that had stopped to check in on us, which is another thing I want to talk about, want to do with this. They told us that we still had two of the highest peaks to go over in front of us. It would be better if we went backwards 7 miles to the town of Evanston because it was downhill the whole way, and there was a mechanic, a diesel mechanic shop there. So went down there. The alarm did not go off, which is awesome.
That is awesome.
Right.
You didn't break anything.
Yes. So we got there. There's only one place that could do this kind of stuff. Their computer was down, the one that reads the codes on the thing. Oh, I'm sorry. There was an alarm going off still, but it wasn't the hot water. It was just saying engine something, check engine type thing. But it was, and it's loud. When I say a loud, yeah, trust me, it hurt your ears. It was so loud. So we got there and we met two guys at a place called, let me get to the right thing.
Let me guess. Their names were Alex and Jason.
And where were they from, Steve?
They work for Southern Tire Mart, which is actually a very big,
very big. Yes.
Southern Tire Mart is huge. They're like the #1 North America commercial truck tire dealer. I've dealt with them since I have a CDL also. Yeah. They're huge, man.
They were. Now we got there and they apologized for not having a computer. And we asked where the next place would be to go. And the one guy said, you'd have to go the way you were going up those now 3 again peaks, which with this warning, he was a little nervous about sending us that way.
Right.
So they called a personal friend of theirs that has another shop in town that was already closed because this shop would stayed open till 10 p.m. because it's a truck stop type place. The private guy, he closed at 4:00 in the afternoon.
Wow.
So they called and the guy said, well, he was going out to handle a couple of private job elsewhere, but he said he could come by with his computer in like 4 hours. So Jay and I sat there dinking around on the bus, trying to do stuff on the bus to make our ride a little bit more comfortable. Went and had dinner across the street at a diner, which was also really nice. Anyway, this guy showed up after hours, 10:30 at night. He shows up and the guy, Alex, stayed, even though he locked up the building and shut down the building. He stayed outside with us waiting for the guy to come.
Wow.
Okay. These people were freaking awesome. As a matter of fact, everybody we met out there was wonderfully nice.
Freaking awesome.
Yes.
That's good.
Super, super great. So finally, the guy showed up. He went through the codes, told us what the problem was, said that he could kind of bypass that code. He said it's
right. Can reset it.
Right. Yeah. It's a filter. The filter was not allowing enough compression or something.
Filter to be replaced.
Yes, but nobody's open, so we couldn't get one.
Right.
Okay. So he said you'd have no problem driving, and maybe if I turn the alarm off, it'll stay off. So they told us we could stay overnight in the hotel there and go back into Salt Lake City to get the filter because the only place you can get this filter is through CAT, and the closest CAT is in Salt Lake City.
Oh, geez.
All right. So
our test drive, and you couldn't get any of this stuff to happen.
Right. Everything was great when we were test driving, and that was long enough that it was just, even the guy says, it's just,
it just happens.
Pushing through the mountains,
Yeah.
When we were driving around the area, it's in a valley. You can see how flat everything is, right? It's like Vegas. Yeah. If the valley's flat, you get to the mountains, that's where you got a problem. That's what happened.
That's crazy.
So anyway, we decided to just drive because what the hell else were we going to do? You can sit overnight and lose all that time and have, then we would have lost literally 24 hours and we didn't have that kind of time. Yeah. I'll explain something to you after hours about my dad, which is why we had to hurry.
Right.
So anywho's, as we're driving through the night, it started to get cold. So we flicked on the heaters in the bus. Guess what happens when you take the thermostats out of an engine?
Well, it doesn't get as hot.
Doesn't get hot at all on this type of bus, apparently.
Oh, really?
Yes.
It needs so the coolant and the radiator works so well that it keeps it cold.
It was 20 8 degrees by 2:00 in the morning. Okay. We were freezing our what's off. You could see the breath coming out of your mouth as you're talking. Jay was driving. It was my turn to sleep. I was supposed to sleep because he likes driving at nighttime. I don't mind. I could drive during the day or night, doesn't matter, but he loves driving at night. So he drove the night shift while I slept. I couldn't sleep. I literally was shivering so hard, my teeth started to hurt. I was afraid I was going to break them.
Do you guys not have a coffee can and a candle?
No.
A couple candles and coffee cans would have warmed that thing up, right?
No, it would not have, because 3 of the windows would not close all the way. So anywho's.
Well, that's what the tape is for, at least.
The electrical tape? We
Duct
probably
tape.
should have tried that.
Duct tape it.
Didn't have any duct tape. Should have bought that too already.
Always buy duct tape.
But anywho's, when we stopped in the morning to get fuel and go into a place to warm up and get hot cocoa, and Jay got coffee, anything to wake ourselves up, or warm ourselves up. As we left the place, then the sun started to come up, so we're like, please be warmer. It did. It got nicer out, but it took almost till 10:00 in the morning before it was warm enough in the bus to stop seeing your breath.
Wow.
It wasn't supposed to get that cold. It was the cold front came farther south than it was supposed to.
I gotta
It was
sneeze.
only supposed to be in the 50s. And as I'm sure you know, high desert, which is where you live,
Thank you.
the days get warm, the nights are cold. And
People freeze to
no
death in the
shit.
desert. People don't realize that.
Yep.
People
So,
will freeze to death in the desert.
but everybody we talked to, even going through Wyoming, was the same thing. Unbelievably friendly people.
Yeah. Well, that's good, man. It's good. You got to see Americana. You got to see happy people, happy, shiny people. Who's texting you?
I'm getting messages from my Facebook, which I shouldn't get because I turned them off and they just keep coming in.
Huh.
It's very confusing.
Going to keep advertising to you then.
But anywho's,
But
anybody who wants to go out west, be prepared for some of the nicest people you'll ever meet.
Especially you
Alex
have
and
to go
Jason.
find Alex and Jason at Southern Tire Mart in Evanston, Utah, apparently is where
Correct.
Scott says it is. So please, somebody go there and say hi to them. I should drive up there and say hi. That'd be so
There you
cool.
go.
8-hour drive. Hey,
As a matter of fact,
my buddy Scott. Here's
I knew they weren't going to be
here's
on
a
here
pizza.
because they're working right now. But I told them about our show and they went and looked at it.
Oh, they looked at it. And what did they say when they looked at it?
Well, that's the
guys
other
are
part that
weird.
was funny. They put the Packers game on for us on Monday night. But
There you
yeah,
go.
it's Jason. Jason was not a YouTube guy, but Alex took a look at it. He says, "Oh, I'm gonna have to subscribe." And I do notice that we do have another subscriber, so I'm assuming that's him.
Cool. Oh, cool. Welcome, Alex. Thank you for saving Scott. You have not had good luck with picking up buses.
Here we actually
It's
have.
not a catastrophe, but you always have these little problems on the way back.
Yeah, we've had in 5. No, I picked up more than 5 buses. I'm going to say we're running about 60% problems, 40% clear.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah. But then again, we're driving long distance with a used vehicle and we're pushing it harder.
That's a
When you
lot.
buy a school bus or a local bus, the odds are it's doing 45 miles an hour all the time. We're going through the mountains and doing, at 75 miles an hour.
Yep, you got it opened up.
Yeah, because if you're only doing 45 miles an hour, you're losing 30 miles an hour over a 20-hour drive. That
Yep.
adds up really fast.
Does add up really fast. Do I need to turn these lights on? My lighting looks funky.
Well, I think you look fine.
Do
I
I?
have glare forehead. You have glare dome. Oh, now you got
Is it
fuzzy.
better? Better or worse?
Oh, yeah, I guess it's better. Now you're bright again.
I like that better. I like the separation light behind me.
There you go.
Gonna leave it there. Key lighting guy. So that's cool. So anything else from your trip that you want to talk about, or before we go
no.
on to the next subject, which is
yeah.
what you've already alluded to? So apparently, because of COVID, not because of you being cold in the truck or the bus and having to pull over, people are drinking more coffee.
Real coffee, not the crap at Starbucks.
Well, they're not going out because they're eating it at home. They're drinking it at home, eating coffee at
Yes.
home because they're eating coffee at home. You can eat coffee beans. You know that? Chocolate covered coffee beans. You ever have
Yes,
them?
you can. I told you, I cannot stand the taste of coffee.
What about coffee beans?
I explained that whole thing about eating a piece of coffee cake, or not coffee cake, cheesecake that had one coffee bean on it, and I had to spit out the cheesecake, even though I didn't
Really?
come anywhere near the damn coffee bean.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, disgusting stuff. Love the way it smells.
Well, you are a picky eater.
Yeah. Technically, that is correct. Yes, it is. You could be picky and still eat crap, you know.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, apparently that coffee is being purchased by crazy people at home, creamers, all the other stuff.
Yeah.
You know, not only is the coffee, but wait a minute. Categories such as baking and frozen pizza saw an increased growth during the peak of at-home pandemics. President said he added that products including coffee, pet care, creamers, and traditional frozen foods. Okay, why would the guy from Nestle's just lump that in there? That just seems like such a non sequitur.
Okay.
Again, I'm having I said I was angry and I have to get over my bad self, but I'm having a problem with some of these articles when they write, why would you throw that in there? We're talking about food. We're talking about coffee. We're talking about Nestle USA.
Okay. You said it right this time.
Consumers' appetite, for food during the peak COVID lockdowns won't end sometime soon. So it talks about coffee, creamers, and frozen food and pet care. Of course, when I think coffee, I think of my little dog.
Well, of course you do.
Or my cat or your rabbit. You give Thumper coffee?
Hey, do I give you coffee? He says, no, I do not.
Right, exactly. So I'm like,
wait a minute. Do you want me to give you coffee?
He says, no, I do
coffee
not.
sucks.
Yeah, I said, no, I do not. Yeah. Is it weird or is it just me or I don't know. I mean, we've got a subject coming up that we'll talk about. Should we just go to it now?
Is it the next subject in line?
Well, it's after the direct energy beam.
Okay.
I'll pull the direct. I'm going to pull a direct energy beam out.
Okay.
I'm going to add that to the next show.
Because
here.
this next one, I have a feeling is one of your ranting ones.
Well, it's not just a ranting one. Okay. So let's get on the Don't Know show. Let's get philosophical here, and we may sweep the half hour with this, depending on where you go. Okay. So we always talk about getting older and maturing, and how you change and you change in your life, and you don't want to be that guy, right? Hey, you kids, get off my lawn, right?
Right. Yeah.
But it happens, right?
Certain things, yes.
And everybody likes my little thing. I used to have to go to school. Everybody said, I've already heard.
I walk uphill to school both ways
in the snow. But then I add carrying the stone tablets and outrunning the dinosaurs.
There you go.
Okay. And they're all like, oh, I haven't heard that before. But when things in the world have changed. Okay. So here's one of the things. And I want to know if this is by you. There are these little ERs popping up all over. Okay. They're like medical centers, but they're not hospitals. They're just like a urgent care center, and it's just an ER.
Okay.
There's not a hospital tied to it, but they can do ambulances go there and they do emergency room stuff and all that other kind of stuff there. Do you have those?
I think so, but not in our area per se.
Okay. Well, they're big here. They're huge. So when did it become you don't go to the doctor anymore? You just wait till you're so sick that you go to one of these urgent care places. That's what people are doing now.
Yeah.
Do you know that or do you not know that?
I do know that. And there's more involved with this.
Okay, like what? Help me out. All right, we'll get back to this. Was there a meeting that we missed where they changed this stuff and we missed on it? Or is it where you are in your life and what you're trying to protect, and all of a sudden the world changes and you don't get it? Like people with work, people at work, people not wanting to work, people want to just stay home, people wanting to get the money, us paying for all the aliens to come here and they get free health care, they get money, they get all the, why wouldn't you want to come here, land of opportunity? Hell yeah. When did all this stuff happen that I missed? Is it because I'm trying to hang on to a certain part of, my life and I'm now focused on this?
Good question. This is philosophical,
It is philosophical. That's what I said. I'm asking legitimately, have you noticed things changing in the world? And like, you're kind of like,
okay,
I don't get it.
Along with what you've been talking about, one of the things that we hear frequently is getting pre-authorizations, getting doctor's appointments is a pain in the ass. And the insurance company apparently pays more money if it's an emergency. So people are going to the emergency centers because the insurance will pay it.
Because the insurance company screwed it up. Okay.
Yes.
Well, that makes sense. See, but I didn't know that. I missed that. Just like you kind of complained, like, I want to go to my restaurant. I can't go to my restaurant because there weren't enough people there to
That was again today. They
right?
weren't open. There was a sign on the door. We're not open until noon because we don't have enough help.
So when did this start happening? Like, why is this happening? The baby boomers haven't all retired yet. How did COVID happen? And all of a sudden we don't have enough people for these jobs. There's not like they created like 80 billion new businesses that people went to work for in these other businesses.
Correct.
Are people really not working? Or I don't know, because I don't know if I can believe the news anymore.
All right. Here's the other thing. Because Chili's was closed, we went into Elkhorn and we went to Cousin Subs. While I was there,
Ooh, I like Cousins.
I almost never see the owner anymore because he has 2 locations and he usually he's an entertainer like I am. Well, he's in a band. So he usually plays late on Saturday night. So Sunday's his day off. He was interviewing people in the Elkhorn store because they needed help. So,
but why are people not working? And you read the articles. I'm trying to read articles to find out. And they're like, oh, their family needs them at home, so they really can't go back to work. Oh, they're afraid of getting sick. But how are they surviving? What? Anybody? What? What?
We don't know. That's the problem.
Did I miss a meeting?
A lot of people have been blaming the stimulus stuff like that, which it was kind of annoying because, Susie was still working at her factory.
Right. And not getting extra money.
No. And people who weren't working were actually getting more money than she is for working.
Right.
And that was stupid.
Right. And I get that. And it's awful. And they've reset like all of the, like you got 26 weeks in most states now. So now that the stimulus has run out, you're not getting the extra 300, but you're still on unemployment for 26 weeks.
Right.
So we got another 26 weeks of people still getting money for not working.
Apparently.
Wait.
And again, here's the problem.
It seems like you don't have a problem with this, is what I'm saying.
I do and I don't. There are people that cannot work. Like one of my drivers.
I'm not talking about them. Hello.
Right. So, but the people, it's like, I think we made
Scott,
the comment before.
Scott, time out. I'm going to make this really simple for you. Look, 10 people. See this? 10 people.
10 people.
Before the pandemic, 10 people had jobs and were working.
Right.
Okay. Pandemic came and 10 people went home and stayed home and got pandemic relief.
Right.
Pandemic relief is,
let's say 8 people.
10.
People still had to work.
It's my story. No, They all left. There was nobody working. 10. It's only 10 people.
Okay.
Okay.
I was doing the percentages game. Go ahead.
Pandemic over.
Right. Well, it's not over, but go ahead.
Time to go back to work. 10 people still not working. How?
Well,
How are they doing this?
I have no clue. Now,
What am I
granted,
missing?
if you don't go out and do anything and you got all that stimulus money for a year and you never went out and spent it, you now have a chunk of money in the bank.
I don't get it. I don't.
Here's the thing that I
understand.
don't get. These people were getting the stimulus money and they couldn't pay their rent. Then we found out 2 of the people where Susie works, they didn't pay their rent. They saved the money because once everything does, they're just going to go buy a house and never pay their rent ever.
Right. Exactly.
They're scamming the system.
Where did we miss what? All right. I guess I'm the only person who thinks this is wrong.
You're not. But do you
Everybody else
remember-
thinks this is right, and I'm just crazy.
Oh,
And I'm
well,
just
you
gonna
are
have to
crazy.
deal with this on my own because it's obviously not bothering you.
I just don't get as as worked up about it.
Well, okay, whatever. Concern and control because you can't do anything about it, but it
Correct.
affects you.
It does. I'm working a shitload of hours because you remember I told you they told me it would take 6 weeks to get my bus in for air conditioning.
Right.
I can't wait 6 weeks. Buses need air conditioning when you're doing a wedding,
Right.
especially this year where we had the hottest recorded summer in history.
Right. So next question. Is it because that I'm at a place in my life where I'm trying to protect what I have and I missed all this stuff that's happening? Or is there just something weird going on in the world? Because your parents, same thing, right? Your parents talk about when, things change, just things changed, right?
Yes.
And they talk about their parents, things just change.
That's correct.
Is it because that just happens in everybody's life? Because as we move on, we're trying to protect different things. And then the people who are working are just like, nah, screw that. I ain't going to work.
Right.
And they
I'm
have a
sure that
different-
has a lot to do with it
I don't
know,
get it.
because,
I don't get it. And the
It's-
fact
it's
that
like-
it's not bothering you is amazing.
it's like cell phones. Okay. I use a cell phone, but I don't use a cell phone like a younger person does, but I could outdo them on a computer any day of the week for most part, unless they're
Okay.
like total geeks,
Okay.
So I've kept up mostly with technology, but even you're better with a cell phone than I am.
I'm terrible with a cell phone.
So
I still leave messages. I'm being told that leaving voicemails is so past. I go, look, dude, I sent you the text, you didn't answer. I called you, you didn't answer, and I sent you an email. I'm going to use it all 3.
that's right.
You still leave voicemails. You didn't answer my text. You should have sent a text. I did. You didn't answer it. So I don't know.
Yes.
Am I wrong? I don't know. You're like no help. You just want me to struggle.
You know why, don't you?
No, why?
Because angst sells. Sex sells and angst sells. We can't do sex, so we have to do
Sex.
angst.
I can sex you up. Can put a big eggplant emoji over your face.
Susie just might say, "Go ahead."
Go ahead.
Yeah, get him out of my hair.
Yeah, I'll send over a working girl for you.
No, that you wouldn't want. It's
Why not?
okay if you did it, but yeah.
Why not? I did do it. I hired you a professional. I hired you not a courtesan. I hired you what do they call the therapist when they do it? Surrogate.
Oh, surrogates, yes.
Hired you a surrogate. You want a surrogate?
Sure.
Okay. Done deal. I'll get you a surrogate.
All right.
Hey.
Hey.
So speaking of surrogates, we got to go genuine positivity now that I was angry, but I'm still angry. I just don't get it. I don't know if it's happening in the world because it's happening in the world, or if it's happening in the world because I'm at a place where I'm trying to protect what I have because I'm looking for my next part of my life to be able to, I would like to retire someday, and you need to be saving money and putting money away for that.
That's right.
Right. That's why I talk about crypto.com and all the other stuff. I'm trying to get those doublings going faster.
That would
But-
be nice.
But whatever. All right. So let's go on to our genuine positivity message. Get me off of whatever I'm on, and you don't care.
I know what you're on, but we won't talk about it.
But when is fall?
It was 3 days ago, the 21st. 5 days ago. Holy
Wednesday,
shit.
September 22nd, it starts.
Oh,
So
22nd.
Wednesday, September 22nd, it ends, and it ends on Tuesday, December 21st.
Okay.
That's in 2021. That's what the Don't Know show says.
And you can believe us because we don't know.
All right. So where are you at? I don't know where the show subjects are. Hey, speaking of show subjects, what came first, the chicken or the egg? I know how to solve that. I just ordered it from Amazon. I'll let you know.
Cool. That's right.
Do you get it?
I do. I do. I do.
Okay. Explain it to me then.
And here, I just noticed something.
Explain
We
it to
have
me
a
then.
lot more people in our chat room today.
Explain it
nobody's
to me
getting it.
then.
The Amazon.
Explain it to me to get it.
Amazons have to deliver first.
What?
Amazons have
I
to
ordered a
deliver.
chicken and an egg from Amazon. I'll let you know.
That's right. Whichever one gets there first is the one that came
Which
first.
came first? Okay, God, you're terrible. You are terrible.
It was a dad joke. Did you make that one up or did you read it somewhere?
I'm reading it off of the jokes I wrote.
And you'd say, I'm crazy. Yeah. All right. Let's get to the positivity message because we need that right now.
Okay.
Fall has arrived. Summer is fading. The days are getting shorter, yet the sunsets still remind you that every season has its beauty.
And every end has a beginning.
Something like that.
And
As
every ending has a new dawn.
at the
Ooh.
end of the
Every sunset twilight has a sunrise.
you could have people
Ooh.
doing this.
Every
today.
ending has a beginning. When one door closes, a window opens.
How many more do you got?
How many more you want?
None really, because we got to get back to the show.
Well, we are.
I
on
know
the
this
show.
is part of the show. Yes.
Well, okay,
Anything
so
you
you-
do crazy is part of the show.
So you watch TV.
Some TV, yes. Not as much
Okay.
as you'd think I do.
Do you remember the TV show The Wonder Years?
I do.
Is that a show you liked?
It was not one of my shows. No.
But that was with Fred Savage and
Correct.
Winnie, the girl Winnie, right?
Yes.
Winnie?
I like Fred Savage much better in The Princess Bride.
Okay. So, do you know the Wonder Years TV show is back?
Yes, I do.
Okay. But it's not
Fred Savage.
Fred
no.
Savage. No, it's a new show.
It is.
Okay.
Basically with the same premise, only slightly modified.
Is it? Is it the same premise? Because I didn't see it. Did you see it?
I have not seen it, but I've seen the commercials for it, and I've seen a couple of interviews on like Jimmy Kimmel and stuff like that.
A man recalls his experiences growing up in Montgomery, Alabama during
Correct.
the late 1960s.
Yes.
So Green Eyed
And for
Monster.
those of you who are
While
not
Deacon
paying
reckon-
attention, he is not. It's just the same, but he is a black man and a black
African
kid.
American. African American.
My black friends say they don't like that. They like being called black.
African American. Records of heartbreaking betrayal of adults overall to grief from whatever. Okay. But there is another show that I had to choose whether to watch. I only had time to watch one show.
Okay.
So the other show that premiered was called Ordinary Joe.
I've heard of that too.
Okay. And it's a show about a guy who has three life choices. He can go with the hot chick, go with the chick he's been dating, or go with his family. Right? Family is a bunch of cops. So he obviously becomes a cop. If he goes with the hot chick, he becomes a rock star. And if he goes with a faithful girlfriend, he becomes a doctor.
Okay.
So first off, far from ordinary. How many ordinary people you know, there are three choices in life: either become a hero cop, a doctor who saves people's lives, or a rock star.
Everyone I know.
Yeah, exactly. So there's my first problem with the story.
Okay.
My second problem with the story is they jump back and forth into what's happening in each one of these lives. It's an hour-long show. I made it 36 minutes before I had to shut it off. I couldn't. No, sorry, cannot. No,
Okay.
all over the place. I couldn't figure it. I mean, I could figure it. I didn't want to figure it out. Too much work.
There is a science fiction movie that came out, I want to say 2, maybe 3 years ago, that did a similar thing. It ran through the history of a certain family or something, and it was driving crazy because it kept bouncing back and forth. It's a specific genre. It's a type of thing that some director or producer or whatever is trying to create. Certain people are going to like it, but again, you and I are not the kind that like that.
No. Here's shows I do like that are out. Okay. Ted Lasso. Multiple times, not a Jason Sudeikis fan. However, I like him in Ted Lasso.
Okay.
Turner and Hooch on Disney.
Oh,
It's,
yeah, I enjoyed
Josh
the first
Peck.
movie.
Josh Peck. I like it.
Okay.
So remember Doogie Howser, MD?
Yes.
Well, now there's Doogie Kamiya Aloha, MD.
Yes.
So it's a Hawaiian girl who's, they call her Doogie because of Doogie Howser. But yeah.
Yes. Hey,
So
I don't
I
think
like
it
that
started
show.
yet. It starts next week, doesn't it?
What?
That show.
No, it's already started.
Damn, I didn't get it recorded.
And then I do like Dancing with the Stars. I'll turn it on and off. Okay, so now I'm gonna get pissed. So I belong to a ticket thingy, right? Where I get tickets.
Yes.
Only they broke out my account. My account's locked out for some reason. I can't. It won't let me reset the password because it says there's no account. So I'm trying to email them to get them to turn my account back on. But in the meantime, when I went to go get tickets, 2 shows came up that I want to see, and I couldn't get tickets for them because I'm locked out of my brokerage account or my ticket account.
All right.
One of them is Derek Huff, who's one of the judges from Dancing with the Stars, used to be a dancer, pro dancer at Dancing with the Stars. He's got a show here in Vegas. Could have got tickets for that. And then just Jeff Dunham came up.
Really?
Yeah.
He's got a new
Jeff
show.
Jeff Dunham has never come up before, ever, when he's been in town at Caesar's Palace, at the Coliseum. Never. This time he came up. But I can't get tickets. I can't get in my account. I can't get him to answer my stupid thing. So
That's because they're all working from home.
Again, angry. I'm sending him emails. That's your damn emails at home. But whatever. I'm angry boy. So not happy. Not
I
happy.
am
at
the
all.
calm
So
voice of reason of our show today.
apparently. Okay. So here's something bad.
Jeannie's like, what?
Yeah.
Is this like the Twilight Zone?
Okay. So what am I doing? I don't know. Nobody's chatting. Okay. I had to listen. Blah, blah, blah. All right. Talk to me, dude.
About Utopia being banned?
Yeah, Utopia's banned in 15 states.
I don't know. Is there?
I can't
something-
be happy. My happiness, Utopia. What's the definition of Utopia on a Don't Know show?
If I recall correctly, it is a city in the sky where all the best things happen.
What?
It was a city in the sky. It's that where the best things
Imaginary
happen.
community or society that possesses highly desirable or nearly perfect qualities for its citizens.
Like Eureka.
What?
Remember the TV show Eureka?
Oh, I thought you were talking about like what the 49ers,
yeah,
the
no.
miners said. Eureka, found gold.
Eureka.
The term was coined by Sir Thomas More for his 1516 book Utopia, describing a fictional island society in the South Atlantic Ocean off the coast of South America.
I like the science fiction one better.
Utopia, a place of ideal perfection, especially in laws, government, and social conditions. So how is that banned in 15 states?
Well, they don't want anybody to be happy.
Exactly. Okay, so that's
Hey,
not what-
wait a minute. It's because it's a beer.
Yeah, Utopia is a beer. So
How
Sam
weird
Adams,
is that?
Sam Adams, which is a Budweiser, have a limited edition beer, and it has so much alcohol in it that it's illegal in 15 states.
So that means it's got to be more than 0.5.
Right. So Alabama, Arkansas, Georgia, Idaho, Missouri, Mississippi, Montana, North Carolina, New Hampshire, Oklahoma, Oregon, South Carolina, Utah, Vermont, and West Virginia. Utopia is illegal because those states only allow
5%.
5%.
Yeah.
Utopia is 28% alcohol by volume.
Holy shit.
What do you think this is? Everclear?
Close to it. And now I'm a little nervous because Wisconsin's not in the list that banned it, which means these guys are going to start finding it. I'm going to start having sick people throwing up.
You're
on
going to
the
need
bus
to
again.
find it. You're going to need to find some, bring it on the show because they only brew 13,000 bottles a year.
That means it's got to be
every
expensive.
2 years.
Suggested retail price is $240 for a 25.4 ounce bottle.
Yeah, so you need to find
yeah.
it. You need to find
I am
it.
not going to buy one. Nope.
Come on. Let's get a picture of it.
Okay.
That's funny though, huh?
Yeah. Here I'm thinking this is going someplace awesome. Well, it did, but not the same place I was thinking.
Pretty weird, huh?
Pretty weird.
Pretty weird. That's Utopia.
All right.
All right. Oh, okay. So speaking of stuff not on the subject board. All right. This is pumpkin time.
Yes, it is. Oh, you're not going to do the pumpkin spice thing, are you?
Okay, so every year there's pumpkin spice stuff, right?
There is.
So you know that there was a hair color called pumpkin spice hairstyle,
I did not.
right? Last year. It's new now.
Okay.
This year it's called pumpkin cream.
Pumpkin cream.
This is the new trend.
Okay.
Pumpkin cream. Let me see if I can. So that's a bad picture, but I'm going to do it anyways. No, get it away from me. Where is it? Here it is. This is share screen, click, 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 click.
Up on the rooftop. Click, click, click.
So pumpkin cream is the pumpkin color, but it's got more yellow highlights.
Okay. I get it. Yeah.
So pumpkin cream, it
It kind of looks like that strandy stuff when you gut a
copper
pumpkin.
with blonde highlights.
Yeah.
So it's orange and copper with blonde highlights.
I think if they put pumpkin seeds in her hair, it would have been better.
Where's my search? Wait. Okay, I'll just stop the share. It's just being annoying. Pumpkin cream did not work out. So yes, so now it's not pumpkin spice, now it's pumpkin cream. But there's plenty of pumpkin spice stuff out there.
There is.
There's-
Even things you wouldn't believe would be pumpkin
There's
spicy.
pumpkin cream hair color, pumpkin cream a deep conditioner. Yeah.
I just
but
hope
no.
they don't ever come up with a pumpkin cream writing utensil.
You probably, why not? But there it is. All right. Don't Know Show had it here first. Mark that. 6:17 p.m. Pacific time on 9/26. Scott invented the pumpkin cream writing utensil.
There you go.
So if they put that in a Crayola box, we could sue them because we thought of it first.
Don't you actually have to? Well, we could sue them, but we probably wouldn't win because we wouldn't have.
We have a timestamp right here that we invented it first.
Yeah.
We
But
thought of it and they stole it from us, and we have it. We said it publicly.
they watched our show and they stole it because they had the money to make
Yes.
it. They couldn't.
Yes,
They got to give us 5%.
we could send them to Israel, and we could have them violate a border and get shot by a robot.
Ooh. Wait a minute. Why would robots be shooting people?
Because
Haven't
it's,
they ever heard of the 3 laws?
because it's in Israel, and that's what they do. So did you hear about that?
No.
No?
In Israel, they have robots that are shooting people.
Yeah, they've got border patrol robots that are shooting people coming over the border. How cool is that? That's pretty cool, right?
Well, if they're shooting them with like paintballs, it'd be okay, I suppose.
No, they're shooting to kill, to death, murder. What do they call that? Murder, death, kill. Murder, death, kill. Isn't that what it was called?
I don't know. I'm not familiar with that way. I'm just trying to figure out what this is. Armed robot to patrol volatile borders.
Yeah, the robots, they decide on their own. Okay, Demolition Man.
Okay.
Murder, death, kill. Seriously.
I remember the movie, but I don't remember that line. I know there was a lot of goofy ass stuff in it.
All right, let's see if I can make this work.
Oh, goody. We're going to get into one of those things.
There we go.
For those of you who are new to the show, Steve likes to come up with obscure YouTube videos to show on our show.
187. MDK. Murder, death, kill, murder, death, kill, murder, death, kill.
Murder, death, kill.
Last recorded offense, September 25th.
There you go. Murder, death, kill. See it?
I saw it.
You hear it?
I heard it.
Murder, death, kill. See? Murder, death, kill. Deal with it. It's murder, death, kill.
I still like the vehicles that fill up with foam when they get in an accident.
Murder, death, kill.
That was even before the Speed Racer movie.
Yep. All right. So robots that shoot you on the borders. All right. So we talk about a lot of stuff.
Yes, we do.
We talk about a lot of electric cars.
Yes, we do. And trucks.
And trucks. So here's my question for you. Why have we not talked about electric boats?
I know why.
Why?
Because you can't get the electric eels to stay with the boat.
All right. If anybody think that's funny, put it up in the chat. I'll give you 5 seconds.
Nobody's been
5,
chatting, so he thinks that's
4,
funny.
3, 2. No, nobody. Okay, you're not.
No,
funny.
wait, that was funny.
That's not funny. That was not funny. So try something.
But it's
different.
true. How are you going to keep the boat, charged up if the electric eels don't charge it? And not only that, don't water and electricity not mix very well?
Do you put a battery in your boat?
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. Unless they think it's too hard to charge the boats, you got to pull them out of water, charge them. There's not a lot of places to park it. Then you got to run the water down to the dock or something like that to charge it. But okay, right? I mean, but why are there not electric boats? Electric boats?
Electric boats.
Why not?
Are there?
Or at least electric jet
link.
skis? Why not electric jet skis, right? Why are they so far behind on that?
Well, let's see what it says.
Who cares what it says? This is the Don't Know show. You're supposed to make stuff up.
But I'm good at making stuff up, but then you yell at me.
Because
I made the electric eel things, which was perfect, and you thought
they're was stupid.
Well, isn't what it's supposed to be? Because it's the Don't Know show.
No, I know it was stupid. I did know that.
So, anywho's now.
So why? So
that
why,
is,
Scott? Why?
That is kind of an interesting concept because one of the biggest complaints, like when I was the DJ, well, I'm still a DJ, but like when we're doing weddings at like Lake Lawn Resort or whatever, and we're trying to do the ceremony outside, and we're trying to hear the minister, and I do the vows and stuff, and these people are zipping by in their high-powered motorboats and jet skis. You can't freaking hear anything.
Right.
They try to have security out there to stop them, but it's
it's a lake. You can't stop.
Right. All you can do is say please, and most people just flip them off and keep going.
But electric would be good, right?
Electric would be good because it'd be a lot quieter.
But why do we not have electric boats, Scott?
I'm assuming because they're kind of like expensive.
Why are they behind? I thought you were reading the article.
Well, no, because you started asking me questions and I can't read and answer a question at the same time.
Why not?
Because I can't multitask that way.
Why can't you switch between the two really quickly? You're not really multitasking. You're not really doing 2 tasks at once. You're doing one, then switching to the other one, then you're switching back, then you're switching to the other one.
Okay. Well, women multitask though all the time.
Yeah, they switch back and forth really quick. I guess it's because of charge, because of cost. It
looks like there's a couple companies that are in the process of trying to make it work.
Yeah, but it looks like the engines are like $5,000 more than a motor.
Weren't the electric engines that same thing? Tesla's, look at how expensive they were when they first came out.
So $5,000 more. So
And again, there are people that won't even blink at paying that because they'll be the first to have it, the newest and greatest.
But again, it goes for my why
Why drive?
are we
We'll do
not
the driving
farther
for you.
ahead? Why are we not farther ahead on electric boats?
Right. There's a lot of things we should be farther ahead on. I think it comes down to profit. Things that make more profit have a higher chance of going faster, or they'll spend money on stuff that can make them money. Does that make sense?
Well, yeah, that's what we do in the United States.
Correct.
Unless it's a job, then you won't do any. And you won't.
Yeah, I know where you're going with that, though.
All right.
No. Okay.
So where are we at?
We are at the word of the week.
All right. So now, did you find this word or did you see? Because this word is a very interesting usage.
Okay. I was looking for something different because I've been noticing that the place that I buy fuel at, they always have a word of the day and stuff like that on their screen.
Right. And they sell calendars and stuff
they've been,
like that.
right. They've been coming up with some interesting words, but most of them are like totally bizarre.
Oh, was
But
this one of them?
no, this was not. So when I was going to do it, I did a web search for something a little bit different. I was looking for things that had to do with the pandemic and stuff like that. And I came up with
Well, a
list
lot of pandemic words came up during that.
right.
But
Most
I've
of them were
seen
only
this
like
used.
20 words. I found one that had 500.
Okay.
So I started going through it and I like this one because this is something that has been around for a really long time, but
Right.
now it is becoming more and more prevalent. Because
That's why I was wondering, because I was like, yeah, I don't know.
Because I remember back in the day when I was in management, I'm still in management, obviously, but I mean in corporate America management. I remember that one of the things that I like to do is I like to have a room set aside that people could come in if they had questions, if they needed to look something. Now, this is pre-internet, okay?
Right.
They could all come in. We had access to, we had lots of stuff there, technical manuals, blah, 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 all this stuff. And not only that, with people coming in and out from different departments, right? You came in there just because you got somebody in the mailroom. Look at The Secret to My Success. Granted, it's a movie, but stuff like that happens. You got somebody who's in a job that knows stuff that has nothing to do with their job that could help you out. And if you bump into each other and you're looking for something, because I've had that happen where somebody is saying, I can't figure this out. And I'm driving a bus. I go, well, did you try this? And they do this. Says, how'd you know that? I said, well, I don't just drive a bus. I do other things. So having this room for a communal workplace, it really helped. But corporates didn't like to doing that because they figured people go in there and just shoot the shit all day.
Right. And I call it the water cooler conversation, which is one of the things when everybody working at home, you don't have anymore.
Right.
You can't just have those casual conversations where people go to a place like the water cooler or your room where they can have these discussions. And I think because of that, companies are going to suffer.
Yes.
Big time.
But anyway, the word is Makerspace, which is a communal public workshop which makers can work on small projects.
Wait. You called it Makerspace? I call it Makerspace.
Or Makerspace. Makerspace.
Yeah, Maker.
Makerspace.
It's not makers.
Not marker. Makers.
Not makers. Maker.
Communal public workshop in which makers can work on small personal projects. Makerspaces have been called everything from Fab Lab to a tech shop to a hackerspace.
Yeah, hackerspace. That's what we need. I need some hackers.
Yes, hacking everybody's computer and like our show.
But yeah, a makerspace.
I actually know a guy that did that with his YouTube show.
Did what?
Hacked all. He did a what do they call that? DNS thing. Broke in a whole shitload of computers and made him like his YouTube show so that he had like 10,000 likes. He got in trouble.
No, well, yeah. Duh.
Yeah.
So that's Makerspace. Yeah, because I was like, it's a place for everything. I was just like, what? I was like, this is an old thing. But again, sometimes these old words that you've used before.
Yes. But the nice part is it's always good to see words that come back into use. They're usually changed. They're modified for their meaning a little bit, which is awesome.
So are these mostly done in businesses is what they're saying now? Or have they come back because people are just making them like in public spaces?
They're doing in schools and everything.
Okay.
They're
So
trying. They're trying to. Again, because we went for a year and a half with virtually no socializing. This is a way to both socializing and possibly expand things that are happening that need to happen. Not just work-related stuff, but any kind of a project, personal or business.
Right. It's a makerspace. You can make stuff in this space or work on stuff. That's why I want to start clubs. That work?
Well, yeah, just don't hit people with them. All right, then don't go out dancing in them.
All right. On that note, I'm going to say thank you for watching.
And if you feel our show is not a bad life decision,
and after listening to Scott, just let
you're
things
the one that
go.
did the ranting.
You just let things go. You're supposed to rein me in.
Yeah, it's
Or
fun
you're
to
supposed
watch
to-
you go.
Or you're
goofy.
supposed to care about something at some point. Hey,
Yes.
you kid, get off my lawn.
I do care about things, but we're not
No,
supposed to
you
talk
don't.
about that.
What? What are we not supposed to talk about?
What? We're not supposed to talk about naughty stuff. I like naughty stuff.
You do not.
I certainly do.
No, you don't. But
have
go to
not died yet.
whathappened.world, sign up on our
No. Say it again. Go where?
whathappened.world.
You don't point at your head. Oh my God.
What's the
Okay.
abbreviation of mountain? You know the abbreviation of mountain?
Bald plate.
Do you know the abbreviation of mountain?
Empty.
There you go. Now point to your head and say that.
No.
No.
Mine
empty.
is not empty. It's
It
full of
is empty.
air.
It is empty.
I recharge myself frequently.
Empty. But go there, sign up for our my Facebook, my whatever it's called, the Instagram where you put pictures on the line. What they call that in that movie? I don't remember.
Me neither.
Like Instagram, but it's snap picture or something like that. I don't
Right. Like ZNN instead of CNN. They changed
You
it
have
just to-
no idea what I'm talking about. Just
I-
stop.
Okay.
Just stop.
What?
What am I talking about? What am I talking about? I'm not ending the show till you say it.
I have no idea.
No, till you figure it out, the show's not over.
I don't know what you said because I
This
wasn't
could be
listening to you.
This could be the world's longest show, folks. Come on, Scott. What is it?
You were talking about having an empty head.
No, I was talking about a movie where they talk about on the line, and then the guy invents a thing. It's like Instagram, but it's not Instagram. And he goes, well, there's this thing where you take pictures, and you can immediately share them with your friends. It's Instagram. No, it's not Instagram. It's this, but it's better than Instagram. But it already exists as Instagram. And he's like, no. I'm like, what movie?
Did I see it?
Yes.
You're sure I saw it?
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea. Now we got to watch it, don't we?
No, we're just gonna wait till we're trying to find it now.
Who was the actor?
I don't know.
And how do you know I saw the movie?
We've talked about it before.
We
The
have.
same guys that were in Reading Crashers were in it.
Oh, Vince Vaughn and
Yep.
uh,
Owen Wilson.
Oh, yeah, Wilson. What the
Aha.
hell? They've been in so many different.
2013 was the movie.
things. Oh wow, that's going back too. But it wasn't Wedding Crashers.
No.
They've done so many stuff. The problem is,
What's the problem?
I don't remember shit anymore. I feel like my dad.
No, it wasn't Starsky and Hutch. I'll give you a hint. It was a movie about them going to work at Google.
I did not see that movie. I
Yeah,
do
you did.
remember the
The
whatever.
internship.
Okay. I never would have gotten that.
The interns.
I definitely did not see it.
Yeah, you saw it.
No, I did not.
Yeah, you did. Now you got to go watch it. Go watch it. Go watch On the Line. You'll like it. That's a you and Susie movie.
Okay.
All right. So I don't know where we're at.
You're doing your ending line now.
I am.
And we're thanking the people who came in to see us.
Thank you, people who came in to see us, whoever you are.
The number bounced
have
up
left.
again, and I just went back down. So
And yeah, because we're supposed to be done and we're not done, and I'm rambling, and you're not helping. You're not helping.
I know it's awesome, isn't it?
Why
I
do you
don't get
wanna be
paid.
like
I
that?
don't get paid enough to help you.
Why do you want to be like that?
Why do I want to be like? You know what I really want to be like?
I don't know who.
Fabio. No, I don't want to be like him. Oh, never mind. I did not say that.
All right. Well, on that note, I want you to live every day, and we'll see you on the next show.
Be genuinely positive, live and love life, and please have a good one.
Be crazy. And what you still amaze me.